decided to come out this morning and try doing a little, whoops, not the right one. Try doing a little jigging again. We came out yesterday, caught 3 yesterday, and I decided to come out this morning for a few minutes to see what might be available out here. Not sure what the activity is going to be like. Not seeing anything on the screen at the moment, but I have a feeling they're there. I have put a little bit of scent on my lure again, using kind of a chartreuse back with an orange belly, just for kicks to start with. We'll drop it down and we'll see what's happening. We're out here on Cayuga Lake. It is the 21st of September. It's about 52 degrees, I would guess. Unfortunately, bluebird sky, which is kind of nice if you're outside today, but generally not so good for fishing. And I guess time will tell what the situation is going to be like. So we're on bottom. Yeah, there was one that started up behind it. He didn't hit it. I worry a little bit that this bait might be a little too big. On the flip side, I don't think it is. No fish on this drop, at least. Oh, there's one. He hit it on the way up. Sometimes they'll hit it again, but that was pretty high up. I'm convinced that color does make a difference, because I've seen reactions from fish that vary according to the color that I'm dropping, but it's more, I think, a matter of it being a different color. And there's one right there. Feels like a pretty decent one. He doesn't want to come up, so it's pretty definitely a lake trout. I'm hoping he's not. Yeah, he's coming up okay, but he hit pretty close to the bottom. Yeah, he's a pretty good sized one. Nice fish. Nice fish. Whoa, he didn't like the looks of that net. He still doesn't like the looks of the net. Once he got up here, he was like, no, I don't want to be up here. Come on. Okay. He is 28 inches left front. 28 incher left front. And there he goes. Good enough. Decent fish. Actually, should have held him up for the camera, but I forgot. Maybe before I move, just for kicks, drop this one more time, and then I'll try the black one again, just to see if the change in color and having the black one not there for several minutes has an effect on fish. I don't know how good their memory is for that matter. I mean, they may have no memory at all, but I have a feeling they do. I have noticed with other types of fish that a given lure will work really well in an area for a while. I'm talking about muskie fishing in particular up north. Using a given lure happened to work really well for a while. All of a sudden, it was like, okay, they seem to have seen that lure and have decided that it's not something to eat, and they're not going to go for it anymore. And so, changing to a different type of lure altogether for a while can change the activity. One took a look, but it was a very, very brief glimpse, let's say. So let's drop that black one again, and we'll see what happens with the black one. I was thinking about trying to get a 20 to 24 inch fish this morning, and that's actually to eat. I'm not over fond of lake trout, but I tried something the other day, and it went into a fish curry, and it turned out pretty good. And what I tried was, I've never skinned the fish. I've usually just broiled them with the skin down on aluminum foil or whatever, with olive oil and some other modest spices. And I'm not real fond of lake trout cooked that way, but I've done it. It's kind of okay. But the other day, what I decided to do was actually skin it and take out the lateral line and the fat, the brown fat area around that lateral line. And we used it in the fish curry, and it turned out pretty good. So now I'm tempted, based on conversations with a friend, to try to get one today, if I can, that's the right size. Oh, and there's one. And to actually take the skin off and remove the lateral line and actually pan fry it like I would perch. Dip it in egg and panko breadcrumbs, and this fish, hard to tell. It's coming up. He's fighting pretty good, but I don't. Yeah, he's still a little on the big side. Bigger than I'd want to keep, I think. We'll get him up here and. Yeah, he's bigger than I want. Now, it looks like he might have it down in a little bit, so, no, it's good. I think I can get him off okay. Nice fish. 25-incher. And that's a native fish. Beautiful. Beautiful. Native lake trout. He has no fins clipped. We'll get him right back in the water. And watch him swim away. And he's good. Bait's still good. I think I'll put a little more scent on it. I have a number of baits already in here, but unhooked. So, we'll try that again. I stopped here, could not see any fish on the bottom at all right here. So it's not like I'm going and saying, okay, there's fish right here, I'm going to drop right on top of them. It appears that there's fish pretty much all over at this depth. Or at least they're within sight of where the baits are coming down, and so they're coming over to take a look. It appears they start reacting when the baits frequently, right now, they're reacting when the bait's maybe 10 or 15 feet off the bottom. But I'm not sure that they're not seeing it farther than that. And sometimes I swear I've had them start up from the bottom to take a, specifically coming to look at the bait when the bait gets to be about 20 feet off the bottom. So I'm convinced that they're seeing that bait at least 25 feet away. And sometimes I wonder how visible stuff is down that deep, but apparently there's enough light that they can see the bait. And now, if there's that much light, sun like this might not be such a good thing, because they may decide they don't like that much light. And I don't know whether that means they need to move deeper, maybe, whether it means that I should give up. Don't know. I don't have an answer. Oh, there's one. Again, on the black and blue, so now that's because that's what I was using. A little smaller, maybe. Not a lot though. He's still 25 inches, I think. This one's not a native. This one's a 25 inch, and he's got the right front fin clipped. We'll bring him over to the camera and we'll get him back. He's having trouble getting down. There he goes. And he's good. We'll bring this over and get a closer look at it. This tail is one that I make myself. So, ultimately, once you've gotten past the cost of the molds, plastic's relatively cheap, and you can make quite a few of these in a relatively short order. We may be out of the window now, where we may be getting too late in the day. Oh, there's fish down there. Oh, and there's a fish. Maybe it's not too late in the day. Feels like a pretty solid fish, though. It is a pretty solid fish. 25 inches. Actually, yeah, 25. Close enough. And there he goes. Okay, so let me scent that lure up a little bit again. And send her down again. there's a fish. Okay, now, let this be small enough. Doesn't feel it. It feels like a pretty good one. Again. Darn. Yeah, this is... Oh boy, this guy doesn't want to come up. He's working. He's working at staying down. He's definitely too big. Yeah, he feels a mite too big. Feels a mite too big. Oh, good, he threw the hook. Native fish. Good, big native fish. 26 inches. Like I said, he's too big. And there he goes. That was the first drop after rescenting the bait. I don't know if that makes a difference or not, but boy, it does kind of seem like it might. And there's another one. Also feeling like a fairly big one. Wow. Yeah, this one's too big as well, I think. Based on my experiences pulling them up. He's a really aggressive little one, or he's too big. And I think he's too big. Just feels that way. Go figure. Who'd have heard me talking about a fish that was too big? Yeah, this is a big fish. Hey, for Christmas. Yeah, he's a pretty big one. Stockfish. He's a 28 incher. We'll bring that one over for the camera. That's a decent fish. That's a big one. Drop him off the back right here. And there he goes. Took him a second to get his bearings, but he figured it out. Wow, this is like a productive day. Couple drops here and then we're going to quit. It's getting pretty late. Well, it looks like a fish on the bottom. And there was one there. That one might be the size. It might not be, I don't know. Well, he's under 25, and he's a native fish, so he's just 25. But since I had promised fish, got me good with his teeth. Okay,